right here in this moment, I shall sign an executive order that will uphold our city's protection not just of our fellow immigrant New Yorkers, but of all New Yorkers from abusive immigration enforcement. This order is a sweeping reaffirmation of our commitment to our immigrant neighbors and to public safety as a whole. We will make it clear once again that ICE will not be able to enter New York City property without a judicial warrant.
So he has decided that he is going to rewrite immigration law across the entire country. What he just said is completely illegal. Don't take my word for it. The Constitution says it. He just says in order for you to come on New York property, you need a warrant from a judge. In order for you to enforce immigration rules and laws, you're going to have to get a judge saying it's okay for you to come into New York City. I can already see Tom Homan downloading a copy of this and wiping his buttocks with it. I could already see the Tom Homan talking to the chief of police and some other people, and they're like, I don't know what you want us to do. He is going to put the police in New York City head to head with ICE and Border Patrol. And I want to know what the men in blue in New York are going to do. Because you can write anything on that piece of paper you want. Good luck enforcing it.
That means our schools, our shelters, and our hospitals. That means we will protect New Yorkers' private data from being unlawfully accessed by the federal government and stand firmly.
What do you mean unlawfully? Those documents are pretty much what they're going to use. You may not like it, but that's exactly what's going to happen. All these stupid judge things are getting overturned. A couple got overturned today. They have no leg to stand on. This is just to make the rabble-rousers feel good. But it's completely toothless. He can't enforce what he's got these idiots cheering about.
Against any effort to intrude on our privacy. No New Yorker should be afraid to apply for city services like childcare because they are an immigrant. This order mandates that essential city agencies are complying with city laws and directs them to conduct thorough audits of all policies guiding agency interactions with immigration authorities. And it will establish an interagency response committee so that in the event of a major crisis, we are ready and equipped to do the job of protecting New Yorkers.
See, his problem here is that he's using this broad term that the SEALs are clapping for because he's using New Yorkers, meaning anybody in New York, you're a New Yorker, even if you're not supposed to be here. He understands that he is turning that city, not the state, he is turning that city into a socialist enclave. This is the kind of craziness that they want to see, these people want to see in New York. It can't happen. But it's going to get worse from what I'm going to show you. In fact, let me just show you something here. Trump victory. A U.S. appeals court has just vacated an activist judge injunction which halted President Trump's executive order gutting DEI in the federal government. Trump is now free to fire any and all DEI hires which plague the executive branch. As I mentioned the other day, they can't stop him. They know these rulings are going to be overturned. They just figure they can muck up the waters and keep things slow so he can't just stay on a roll. And so they come out with great fanfare and say, oh, he's been blocked by the federal district court. The court says you can't do this and do that. It's on every news station. But they never cover these. They never cover when it's overturned. And that's part of the reasons why these people are clapping like seals and they're brainwashed, because they don't know how many of these injunctions that these lower courts have put in have been overturned. They never see it. They don't see this news. This news is not publicized. They will publicize, hey, District Court Judge Boasberger says you can't do this or do that. What happens when it gets overturned? Oh, crickets.
The story of the Hijrah reminds.
All right. I'm gonna have to tell some of you right now. I need to put a warning on the screen. This is gonna freak you out. You know, it's funny because when I was talking about the NFL, people got freaked out because I was like, you know, it's NFL players, not the team. And people, oh, no, watch it. Okay, if you got freaked out about me talking about the NFL, oh, this gonna hit you. This gonna hit you in the big time, PPs.
The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was a stranger too, who fled Mecca and was welcomed in Medina. Surah An-Nahl 1642 tells us, as for those who immigrated in the cause of Allah after being persecuted, we will surely bless them with a good home in this world.
That wasn't AI. The mayor of New York is standing at a podium and quoting a different scripture and telling New Yorkers, this is what you voted for. And I'm sure there might have been some people there. What did he just say? What? Who? I don't remember that book in the Bible. This is the turning. Now they are beginning to do what he was going to do all along. If you felt that comfortable getting up in front of a podium and start with this crap.
Or as the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Islam.
I don't even know what the hell you just said. Oh, Barry, that's racist. No, it's not. I don't know what the hell he just said. At least you could have had subtitles so I know what the words that could. I don't know what you just said. And I'm pretty sure most of New Yorkers are like, what the hell did he just say? You voted for it, and the rest of you who didn't, welcome to Sharia law. Hope you enjoy it. But by the way, if you want to get the hell out of New York, you can, email us here at support at fanfareshop.org, and maybe you can buy a house down here because you're going to need to get the hell out of New York real soon.
Islam began as something strange and will go back to being strange. So glad tidings to the strangers. We will create a centralized mechanism for coordinating policy across agencies so that government speaks with one voice in times of need.
What voice is that? That one voice that you're going to be talking, is it? Because I don't know. I don't know what you just said. And you just said a second ago that, the prophet Mamdami, and we don't even know what the hell you're talking about. And thank God I'm in Florida because I don't want no parts of this. Put my hand on one Bible. I talk about one Lord. And it ain't got no room for what you're talking about. I'm sorry. Does that make me a racist? Does that make me a xenophobe? Does it make me this? No, it makes me a Christian. Like the guys who founded this country, who never could have imagined that people like this would be standing on a stage advocating for people who aren't supposed to be here. Oh, he keeps going.
City Hall will not look away. But we need our faith leaders with us. Your moral clarity, your integrity, they are the pillars upon which countless movements for justice have been built. Many of you have long practiced the tradition of supporting the forgotten and the downtrodden. When our immigrant neighbors are in trouble, they often turn first to their faith networks.
So now he's trying to put a guilt trip on the rabbis and the priests and the pastors. You got to get with me here. This guy's devious. Man, he's been trained. He knows what to say and when to say it, and he knows how to use Alinsky's rules against you. Yeah, you gotta work with me here, with the downtrodden.
For counsel, for legal aid, for someone to accompany them to court. Today, I call upon you to help us give language to courage. Help us remind New Yorkers that they are not alone. We have prepared 30,000 guides to New Yorkers' rights.
He created 30,000 pamphlets, folders, whatever, to give to people and have the churches and faith leaders distribute so that newcomers understand what they need to do to fight ICE. The mayor of the city, he has gone way beyond Jacob Fry in Minneapolis.
In 10 languages, the ones most spoken by some of the most heavily targeted populations in our city, teaching our neighbors what to do if ICE targets them.
Okay, so digest this and understand that a mayor in an American city is going to be distributing pamphlets on what to do if you break in and rob somebody so that you don't, he's distributing pamphlets so that if you beat up your wife, he's distributing pamphlets that say, if you break the law and you're not supposed to be here and you snuck in the country, how to avoid ICE. My parallels there is he's distributing, the man whose number one job is to keep people safe and protect the city is distributing pamphlets, folders, whatever, telling people how to break the law. I feel like we've ventured into cuckoo land. I feel like somewhere we've been on a ride like the Orient Express or something, and we got off on a parallel universe. That a sitting mayor in America would be showing people how to get off after they've broken the law. It doesn't say, hey, you should go home if you're not from here. It doesn't say, if you cross the border illegally, here's what you need to do. It's like, hey, welcome. He broke the law. Here's how you avoid getting caught. And so my parallels are correct. Hey, you robbed the bank? Give me a call. Let me show you how you avoid getting caught. By the way, give me some of the money. Donate it. You beat your wife. Screw that hoe. I'm going to show you how you get away with it. Fill in the blank. Any crime. You stole a car. Let me show you how you get to keep that car. I'm the mayor. I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm using these examples as jokes and anecdotes, but it's absolutely appropriate. It's a crime. It is an absolute crime that he is advocating, and not just advocating, let me show you how you get away with it. Oops, wrong one.
These guides are here today, ready for you to take. If you run out, we will print more.
Make sure everybody gets one. Make sure this is like New York Monopoly money. Make sure everybody gets a get out of jail free card. Here's how we're going to beat ICE. We're going to make sure everybody has a booklet that they can quickly turn to and say, okay, here's what we do. Would you have ever, depending on how old you are, would you ever have believed in your life that you would see a mayor of a city advocating and showing people how to get away with a crime? On stage, in front of however many people.
I urge you to share these with your congregants, even those who are citizens, even those whom you think ICE may not target.
Hold on, wait a second. Oh yeah, I forgot that part. He wants the people who are faith leaders to do it. Think about the evil of that. They're sitting there and they don't realize he's talking to you, Mr. Rabbi, Mr. Pastor, Mr. Priest, Mr. Deacon. I want you to not think about the laws, not to think about your beliefs, but what you need to do is hand these things out to people. Show them how to break the law. I'm pretty sure That's not in the top 10. I'm sure when Moses came down, it didn't say, oh, these 10, I can't do these. Thou shalt not, thou shalt not. But if you get caught doing number 2 or number 3, here's number 11. It'll show you how to get out of jail. In case you get caught stealing or murdering or coveting or, just go down the list and look at 10, there's an asterisk on the bottom from Mamdami, and it says, all these 10 things there, that the 10, the things, the asterisk, Mamdami's going to give you, and just hand it out to your congregation. Oh, really? Oh, so I can go steal something, I can do this, but the asterisk says Mamdami's going to show me how to get away with it. He's asking, quote, faith leaders to do the dirty work for him. He's asking faith workers to ignore the very basis of what they are supposed to be doing, is telling people how to be good, how to obey the laws of the Lord, how to walk in faith. And this heathen is telling faith leaders, go ahead and spread these out. Not my words. He just said it. Is there any other way to look at it? Forget my jokes. I'll get serious. Is there any other way to look at what he just said? I want faith leaders to distribute these folders or whatever they are that show people how to avoid getting caught breaking the law. How could you be a pastor? How could you be a priest? It's bad enough you were diddling kids. Now you're going to just completely annihilate everything you believe? Man.
These materials apply to us all. Those who have been here for 5 generations, those who arrived last year.
So, mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, great-great-grandmother, great-great-great-grandmother, all of you, 5 generations back, made me stop and think, wait a second. So you're telling me that my grandmother, my mom, my grandmom, my great-grandmom, all 5 generations should be facilitating these people staying here. This is evil personified.
They apply to us all because the obligation is upon us all. To love thy neighbor, to look out for the stranger.
Is that in your Bible? Love thy neighbor, help thy neighbor break the law. I didn't know that was in my Bible. I mean, it might be in yours. We got to make sure that, the people who are breaking the law, that's part of our looking out for our neighbor. Not giving them a buck at 7-Eleven so he can get a piece of bread, but instead showing him how to break the law. Take the guy in the store, let him shoplift. Don't let the guy behind the counter see. Go. Don't let him see him stealing. That's our job now. I'm going to go see the movie Melania tonight with Robin. And I remember being a 14, 15-year-old hooligan and hanging out and wait for people to you sneak in the movie theater and you just sit there. And then once I got in, then the other trick was, the other one starts in like 20 minutes at theater 3. So let's go out bathroom and, hang out in the bathroom for 20 minutes and then just kind of walk into the other theater. I used to do that every weekend. And one day, one of the guys at the movie theater said, we see what you're doing. Huh? We see you sneaking into the different movies. Oh, huh? Do you know why we let you stay? Why? Because you eat like a horse and you keep ordering sodas and popcorn and hot dogs. You probably spent more on the food than you did than you would have spent on a ticket. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right. And it kind of scared me straight. I was like, oh yeah, I'm spending more money and taking more effort absconding than I was if I had just paid for the ticket. I wouldn't have to hide. I never knew that we would see a mayor of a city facilitating it.
If we are to truly champion the cause of the stranger, let these materials serve as instructions for how to stand in solidarity. If anything can turn back the rising tide of hatred It is a chorus of those who worship differently and live differently.
Whoa. So are you telling me this could overcome hatred and that you would be okay with hugging an Israeli? Are you saying that at this point, now newcomers are what's going to bring people together and that Muslims and Jews are now one? That you guys are all together at this point? Because the main cause, it wasn't fighting for thousands of years over Gaza and different things we learned in the Bible. What it really was all about was infiltrating New York City. That's what you're saying. It doesn't, there's no more hate. Hey man, come on over, have some bacon and eggs. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, you can't eat this stuff. He actually said that. He has just reduced thousands of years of fighting over there in the Middle East into the common cause is to let as many people in this country as possible. And nobody calls him out. It's not on any news. Nobody's even talking about it.
Singing the same undaunted song. For we are all New Yorkers, and yet that has not always been accepted.
I don't even know what to say. I can't even imagine if they're this close. What, he's been in office a month and he's already getting on stage and going, blah, 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 blah. I don't know what he was saying. And now he's saying you need to come together with the Jews and the Gentiles because our main cause at this point is not our religious differences. It's we all have to bring as many newcomers in here as possible. Ooh, that ain't gonna work well. That ain't gonna work well.